I mean, for what it's worth, they both look like they're in shape and ready to get after it.
Yeah, they do. That they do.
Feints coming right away.
Ooh, man, I mean, they're throwing down.
Big hook from Roybal, swings and misses, but
Ooh,
one of those
big
lands,
cross.
that's trouble.
Yeah, that was a big cross.
We've got Herod in the tiger print trunks. We have Roybal in the black and gold.
Man, I would like to see. Oh, that was nice. Obviously, Roybal's being the aggressor, but Herod is not backing down. Herod is throwing right with him. I would like to see him probably mix in his leg kicks a little bit more.
Yeah, and he's the longer fighter by, it seems like, a few inches. Maybe use a little bit more of those long-range attacks to keep the power at bay from
I agree.
Roybal.
But see, when he threw that leg kick, he got a little too close on it. He didn't mind his space on it. But, I mean, he's doing good work, too. He's throwing down with him.
Oh, certainly. I mean, he's mixing it up, going to the body, and mixing it right
too.
up. I mean, he's changing levels. There's not really much that you can critique for two debutantes. I mean, obviously, there's always room to improve for anybody who goes in there. But from seeing these two guys right away, hey, if you're each corner, you have to be happy overall.
Yeah, no,
ooh, big right hand right there by Roybal.
Very nice. That's the second and third one that he lands like that, too.
Oh, what a big combination right there.
What a great flurry.
Herod's starting to find his range.
Oh, they're throwing down, man. They're both landing some really good strikes. Oh. Man,
wow.
What a round, what a round.
Incredible action right there in that first frame for these two young gladiators.
Yes, sir. You know how old these guys are? They both look pretty young.
I don't know their age right off the top, but they do look like they're some young bucks in their teenage years.
Yeah.
Don't have the commission sheet right here.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I was just wondering. A great action by both guys.
It looks like we have the blue corner saying to work a little more of an angle instead of going straight back when he might be touching you. Try to work off the center line instead of just going straight back and wearing more.
Yeah,
Great advice.
That's good advice. That's good advice. I think it would benefit him, like with that same exact concept, is just slow down the fight a little bit. You know, when they're both in center, you don't get to slow down the fight because you can both throw all day. And like use his kicks too to slow down the fight. I think that would be huge. Yeah, his tape is coming off on his left glove as well. Ooh.
I think Herod definitely said, "Hey, I'm going to have a sense of urgency this round and come out and try to get to the point first."
I mean, that first round was close too, though. I don't know who won that last round.
Extremely
Nice
close, but I mean, I feel like almost when in doubt, or if it's a tight round, you got to think that you might not have got it.
I'll tell you one thing though, I don't like the teeps by Herod. Every time he teeps, he's kind of sliding off the side and getting hit off it. I'd like to see him stick more with the round kicks.
And that is why you are the technical wizard, Mr. Rockawheel.
But see, he's just jumping straight into the fight, I like to see him work off his jab instead of just jumping right into range. I like that body shot he's throwing. I wish he doubled up and went to the other side as well.
Hey, he threw a nice high kick though,
that
right
was
there.
a nice high kick, yeah.
Lands his mark with a couple of punches in the process, coming back. One thing I am impressed with both of these guys is that, I mean, these guys got the dog in them.
Oh, yes, sir. That they do, indeed, for sure.
To get in there, especially in your first fight, and just to scrap like that, you know that you got a little bit of it in you.
No, and it's pretty technical scrap too. You know, like they both look pretty good.
Definitely. I mean, they're doing things that make sense from a tactical and an X and O standpoint. They're not just straight up brawling.
Yeah, 100%.
Are they kind of throwing and getting reckless at certain
For sure?
points? Sure, but that's to be expected at this young stage. But the overall caliber of what they're doing, you're not watching just two guys outside of the bar getting down. You're watching two young kids who have spent considerable amount of time to build this skill set, who are going out there and technically beating the hell out of each other right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. They both look pretty skilled.
And coming into this third and final frame, this is anybody's fight right now.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to score the last 2 rounds. Honestly, they were both pretty close.
And both guys still look pretty fresh. And they shot out of a cannon right at each other to start the round.
Yeah.
Meet in the clinch with a couple of knees exchanged.
Get into action right away. And that's the thing about debuts. I always think guys making their debut, oh my God, that uppercut was nice. That was a great call.
Right now, in the tight space, in the phone booth, if you will, when they start to kind of brawl it out or just slug and trade, Roybal is getting the better of those exchanges.
Yeah, I feel like
also because Herod is crashing straight into it, and he's kind of dipping his head and running into those shots, as opposed to using that range.
100%, but also he just has the bigger firepower too, it seems like. He's the more physical guy, it looks like.
Agreed.
That uppercut at the corner call was very good call because it landed really clean right away. Yeah, and he's just kind of, Herod is just kind of leaning into range, putting him in a bad position, you know.
And, you know, now that he's crashing a little bit, that could be definitely the fatigue along with the inexperience coming into play.
And
but he's still not shying away.
That's what I was going to say about these debuts. I always feel like it can go one of two ways. So you can either come out and be overly aggressive, or you can come out and be a little bit timid. Like, to me, that's the two ways that a debut can go. And you see both of those guys are on the aggressive side of things.
But again, though, Herod, when he's finding his shots, though, he's still aggressive with every opportunity that opens up.
I agree. Yeah, no, he for sure is.
Great rotation on the clinch right there, too.
Right in there, you see the physicality of Roybal pay off.
Now, Roybal says, "You're not dumping me today."
Yeah. Oh, that was a right hook.
Roybal unloading to finish this third round right here, trying to make a statement and put a bow on it.
That was a good fight.
And Roybal's corner is saying, "Hey, make sure that you make that walk around. Put your hands up in the air."
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's at a certain point, this is pageantry too, right? Because you're trying to let your performance create such an impression on those judges that they believe that you won.
Yeah, I always make sure if a fight is close, I always lift my fighter up right away. If the fight is close enough for me to do that, I'll always do that.
Absolutely. The body language is huge.
I had a coach tell me one time, doesn't matter what happens in a round, always lift your arms up after every round.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Because you don't know if that judge thought that it was a close round. That might be just your interpretation that you didn't have a good round.
Correct, 100%, yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, like you said, it's pageantry. You know, you're playing to an audience, and that audience is the judges.
Granted, this was in the mixed martial arts scene, but we saw this a couple of weeks ago in the UFC in a co-main event fight between former Glory kickboxing champion in Alex Pereira taking on former UFC champion in that light heavyweight division, Jan Blachowicz. Right as soon as the fight ends, Jan is sitting down with really fatigued and dejected body language up against the side of the cage, but Pereira's up with his arms around and celebrating like he's the champion of the world.
Yeah. And
close fight and edges him out on the decision.
100%. And you watching the fight, what did you feel, right? You feel like Young lost just based on his body language. And at the end of the day, that's judges are just, audience that are getting paid to judge the fight. That's really the difference between judges and the audience, right?
Certainly in some states and some commissions. That is for
some
certain.
they're supposed to be experts, but not all the time.
Right, exactly. And it looks like we have our official decision, and here's Big Norge.
Split decision. The blue corner,
Man, the Roybal's really disappointed, man. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable
Yeah,
if you're William Roybal that you feel disappointed with that.